I was about to say she's back, but she's not back. She's just passing through, okay? Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, December 29th, 2020. It's your famous, your favorite bitch, Gangsta Gurry, back again, baby girl. And this is an exclusive for you all that is on Patreon, because I know that you probably have been wondering what the fuck I've been up to or where I've been, where have the messages been, that type of stuff. But y'all know how it be sometimes. And I know if you already with me, you already know how I am. It was a moment where I have been, and I'm still in the midst of like gathering myself, like just kind of like being with my own energy, being with my own self. But I'm getting ready to go into something in a little bit, and I got a nudge to kind of just like warm myself up with you all. And we know that this Cancer full moon is going to be transiting tonight, I think around 10:28 p.m. on Eastern Standard Time. So I have like some things that are like going on this evening. I'm like house sitting. Y'all know I house sit for a friend of mine, and basically like gonna go do some stuff like that. So before I go get into my evening things, because I don't know about y'all, but I haven't been sleeping. I woke up this morning, my eye was swollen. It probably still is a little swollen, and the fact that I'm even doing this video should let you know that I care, because I almost put on a pair of sunglasses. But we're gonna make this work, okay? And also, I've just been getting like my energy in the nighttime, like after the sun goes down, weirdly enough. So I guess I'm vamping. So since the sun just went down here in New York City, I figured we would get some messages out. I'm going to keep this really, really short. I'm just going to do this as a straight channel because y'all know sometimes I like to like read. And I'm going to do this first set of cards as a straight channel, and then I'm going to give some advice after the fact. But we're just going to look at what this Cancer full moon is bringing us, kind of like where we were energetically, like stepping into it. What are the, I guess, like, what is this transit going to bring? Like, what should we be focused on for the next couple of days, couple of weeks? Like, how should we be kind of like releasing the energy around like our emotions, releasing the energy around how we like share ourselves, and just kind of like leaning into this different state of transparency, but like with people that we want to feel transparent with. Because what I've been noticing, what I've been feeling is, I'm getting really deep, and I'm getting this kind of like, you're talking too much, or jumping ahead. Anyway, just kind of like figuring out who you want to be around, like who fills your cup, what fills your cup, and like not feeling guilty about that, and like knowing that you don't have any obligation to anybody except for yourself, and like making sure that you really stick with that. And then the last card is going to be kind of like the tool that we need to keep in mind as we are going through this transit, like what's going to help keep us grounded. So I'm going to do this for obviously like you Patreon subscribers / the collective / whoever kind of like comes across this to see what is going on with this full moon energy. So let me go ahead, set the intention here. Asking for my higher self to come into the room, and all of the guides, all of the energies that are in conjunction with this reading right now, or just with this energetic update. What do we need to know as a collective for this full moon in Cancer? What do we need to know for the collective for this full moon in Cancer? Let's see. Stop. This first one, yes. Okay. Of course. What's next? Those two. Okay. Perfect. So, your first card comes up as Surrender to the Divine. So I get this, and it obviously is represented in a full moon. I'll give you guys some of the additional meanings for this. But obviously, like as we are coming up to this moment, we are having to recognize what it means to surrender. Like we know what it means to surrender to our emotions, like to tell the truth. Like, you know how sometimes you be having like a text message that you be wanting to send to somebody, but then you be second guessing it. Or you be thinking like, oh my God, I'm bothering this person, or like whatever. Or it's just like, sometimes we have these intentions, these manifestations that we want to come to pass, and we don't know how they're going to come to pass, but we know that if we just kind of like leave it out there, give it over to God, give it over to the universe, give it over to our higher selves, give it over to whoever it is that you need to communicate with, you need to connect with, that has been giving you some peace. I know that for me personally, surrendering to the divine and just letting things kind of like happen in divine flow has been really important lately, because it's also been bringing me the things that I want. Like honestly, like everything that I've been wanting, like even at the very surface level, like even the most arbitrary shit, like I want this to eat this day, and then all of a sudden I end up getting that, or I get some, I'm like, I want to like hang out with my friends for, you know, this, I went to hang out with some friends for Christmas, and that was something I wanted to do, like, from the very beginning. And it ended up happening, you know what I'm saying? Because it all, like, aligned, and then, like, another really close friend, like, ended up coming over. So it was just, like, a really, like, great evening. So it's like, we are in this moment right now where we are having to surrender to the divine, because as long as we are staying in good intention, like, even if things don't feel like they're what we should be doing, like, I know me personally, been in a mood, eyes been swollen, like, because it's been in a little pain for the last couple of days. Like, I've been sick for basically like the whole month of December. Well, sick, I've had like a stuffy nose, like, just very congested, so not cute. But I've been getting this, you know, sign that I just needed to rest. Like, my mind has been racing. There's just been a lot of changes happening, and just kind of like getting adjusted to that, getting acclimated to that has been really important. And sometimes I like to run against, you know, my better mind. So, like, surrendering to the divine is going to be really important. It says, a wish you may have, you made may be about to come true. It's make or break time. There could be a sense of madness in the air. Breathe deep and stay calm. That is T. You may need to forgive someone to release negative energy. That is T as well. So who do you need to forgive? Obviously, this full moon is in Cancer, all around the emotions, how we feel, how we connect emotionally, like, on that level. And it's time to let go of the past and move on. So what are you letting go of? This is really great, T. What are you letting go of from this year that you are not taking into 2020? So, like, are you going to do your burn ritual around that? Are you going to do your work around kind of like allowing yourself to release? I know that this moon cycle is one that I definitely want to take advantage of, because I know that for me personally, I haven't really did anything for moon cycles lately, just haven't felt the nudge to, and this one just feels really important into the year, you know, cycling back to like where we were at the very top of the year, because I believe that the moon was in Cancer. We had a full moon in Cancer at the very beginning of this year. So it's just like thinking about all of the stuff that you are letting go of that do not align, like even like old, like something that you do now that maybe you weren't doing at the beginning of the year, that you feel a little bit like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this, or like, what would people think about me if I did this? But it's also just like, it makes you happy. So like, as long as it's making you happy, it's not hurting anybody else, like, who cares? You feel what I'm saying? If it's not hurting you for real, then who cares? Surrender to the divine and let it happen, okay? Next, we have the Expect Powerful Change card. So this is the new moon eclipse. We just went through a new moon eclipse, a solar eclipse in Sagittarius a couple of weeks ago. So that energy is still moving, okay? And this is just a reminder that the tool for us to, you know, keep in mind is like, change is on the way, change is here. We just have to allow ourselves to flow through it. So I get this as kind of like, you don't need to do anything extra. Like, you don't need to do anything additional in order to get the things that are divinely guided to you, divinely written for you. You can allow yourself to kind of just like know that things are going to happen. Things are going to be moving. You probably already see some people around you, like there have been some really huge changes in their lives. Like a really good friend of mine, I'm sure she'll see this. She just recently moved. I have another friend, like some friends are like moving and things like that. So it's a lot of movement, which I was also told was going to be happening in my life. So like, just paying attention to that. It's just a lot of things that we have been praying for. And now I feel like we can allow these things to align to our greater path and like to our greater purpose. And knowing what it is, knowing what is a part of our purpose, and just allowing that to kind of like be in the space, be in the atmosphere. So let's get into this new moon eclipse card, wherever she is in this damn book. Cause I don't know, bitch. New moon eclipse, here we go. It says, yes, 1,000 times yes. You're being shunted towards your life purpose. Go off, girl. Whatever is happening now is happening for your highest good, and this is an important turning point in your life. It says you feel as though you're headed in one direction, probably being guided by your ego. And then here comes the divine, the goddess or spirit, to turn you instead to face the direction you actually need to go. Regardless of when this is pulled, it's a powerful affirmation of positive turnaround. So hang on, do your work, do whatever you need to do in order to kind of like change some things for you, because it's coming. You know what I'm saying? It's coming together. The tool for you to keep in mind during this transit, during the next couple of like days, which is also T, nothing will come of this situation. So if there's something that you have been like hounding over, and you know that it's not guided divinely, if you know that it's not guided from like your higher self, like this place that you know is going to be like operating for you on like a good level. And I get this as kind of like obviously like relationships, like that's the first thing that came to mind, is like there's some sort of partnership, some sort of like companionship, somebody that you're trying to like rectify things with, somebody that you may be like interested in, and you're trying to like figure out if those vibes are there. But you know that in your gut, you don't feel it. Like, just go with your gut. Like, nothing's going to come of this situation. Void, of course, moon, because I feel like when the moon is void, from what I've understood, it's kind of like things don't need to be moving. Things are just very like chill. Things are very just like natural. So it's just like keeping in mind that like nothing that is going to like be needed for you doesn't have to be done by some like really extreme act. Like, you don't have to go out of your way, you know what I mean? Or just like put yourself in a position where you are damning, you are hurting yourself, you are diminishing yourself in order to kind of like get things to happen. Nothing's going to come of the situation. So just like remind yourself and allow yourself right now to just like keep that in your mind, and just rest, chill. Void, of course, moon means you're just floating. You're just allowing yourself to kind of like go by divine guidance, go by the divine flow. So that's going to be really important for you during this time frame. So where are we at with this void, of course, moon? Where are you at? Because I should definitely have found you already, because I should know this book better than this. Here we go. The chances of something are diminishing. Something better may be around the corner. Believe that you will get what you need. Surrender to the divine. Take time out. Meditate and contemplate. So if you need to sit, if you need to process some things, if you need to do some automatic writing, if you need to do some healing, if you need to do some audio frequencies, whatever just feels appropriate. Like, I can't lie, like I haven't been able to like meditate for like a week. I haven't really even been able to sleep for real, or just like, actually I take that back. Like, I've been resting, but it's not on a like typical timeline. Like, you know, like waking up at like 8, going to bed at like 9, 10, like that's not happening. Like, I'm like waking up at 11 or 12, you know, going to sleep at like 4 or 5. Like, it's just like my schedule, like my bodily schedule is just a little off right now. So getting back into a moment where I can meditate, I can sit with myself, I can contemplate some things, I can write some things out. Like, this whole month has been really hard for writing for me, or just like logging things down. And I'm, you know, setting the intention now in front of you guys to like get better with that. Like, I think I talked about this probably one time before about how I missed therapy and everything like that, which I was like upset about, but I ended up having therapy like after the fact. And the conversation was really good. And it was just like what I needed. Like, I don't have to beat myself up about that type of stuff, and I have to keep that in mind. So just like knowing that nothing's going to come from situations that you feel like you're beating yourself up. So it's a moment for you to just chill, you know what I'm saying? And just like contemplate and go with your gut, you know what I'm saying? Go with your logic, like your intuition, and that'll help you to make some decisions and kind of like figure out some things. Last, I'm going to pull from the Animal Spirit Oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reid. I just used the Moonology deck by Yasmin Boland. Let's see what comes out from here for our last piece of advice for the full moon in Cancer. Thank you for this, of course. So the Ant Spirit comes out. I love when this comes out because it's the number 1. So this is all about being a leader, collaborating with others. Who do you need to collaborate with? Who do you need to work with? Who do you need to bring into your space in order to help with some of these things? I get this is also just like being mindful of the fact that like you are not doing things by yourself. Like, you have divine guidance from the universe. You have divine guidance from yourself. You have divine guidance from, you know, your higher self. You have divine guidance from like your angels, your guardian angels, like the people in the physical sense. So how can you spend some time collaborating with others or being open to collaboration in the new year? As you go throughout these next couple of days, who is it that you need to reach out to? Maybe it's like, you know, you're not because I know me personally, like I'm not doing anything for, New Year's Eve. And it's by choice, but also not by choice at the same time. So it's like, if I want to change that, like, who should I reach out to if I want to hang out with them? And like, also don't force yourself to hang out with anybody you don't want to hang out with. So yeah. Wow, you guys are really getting my full swollen. I love you. Because I'm definitely like, ah. All right, Ant Spirit. It says, celebrate the benefits of working in partnership with others as part of a community or tribe. Spirit reminds you to build your dream, You need to work with others, accept help, and trust in your most important partnership, the one that you have with spirit. Your intentions will come to fruition if you remain awake and focus on co-creating your reality with others and with spirit. Remember that the world around you can easily seduce you if you don't have some sort of practice or discipline like meditation. This is coming up again, to keep you on track as you build the life you desire. Connecting with others and having accountability partners can be very helpful, as it's unlikely that everyone will fall asleep at the same time. The other message this holds is you are now at an auspicious time to ask for help and receive it. Whether you need help assembling a team, finding a new tribe, or requesting assistance from others who are there for you, everything is working to support you right now. Your protection message reads, do you really believe that you have to do everything yourself? Do you believe that somehow any help you get will be disappointing or not good enough? Perhaps it's time to address your issues of control and bias towards the negative. Doesn't matter where or why you came to be pessimistic or mistrustful. The fact that this is showing up now is a sign you have an opportunity to heal and to relearn to trust that others will show up for you in a genuine way. That is tea, okay? That has been a message for me as far as just like, I've had a conversation with a couple of friends of mine in the last 2 or 3 days about how, like, you know how sometimes you have your friends and you know that they're your friends and you know that they care about you, but sometimes you get in your own head about like whether or not they like really care, not they really care, but like how much they care about you or why they care about you. That's it. And it's just like, I had to like speak about that insecurity and then receive that affirmation from like my people, or just explain to my people like why I've been that way. And then like they see me and it's like, we've also been friends for like a really long time. So like, I've just felt like an uptick in my relationships over the last like couple of weeks specifically. And just like that level of closeness. So know that people will show up for you genuinely because you are genuinely amazing, and like don't second guess yourself about that. Like you have amazing people in your corner. And spirit wants you to remember that your expectations and limiting beliefs are a vibrational offering that draws in the opposite of what you desire. Spirit wants to help you and will send collaborative partners your way. It's time to see the universe as conscious and connected, loving and helpful, but you must participate in this activity of co-creation. Creating reality is not just about dreaming. If you are feeling orphaned from community, reach out and communicate. If you feel vulnerable, know that being present in your vulnerability can help you draw in someone who wants to assist you. Trusting your partnership with spirit and your outer conditions will start to reflect that. Then you will see the miracles waiting for you, including partners who appear ready to lend a hand. I'm definitely going to put in the description for y'all too, because I know I went through that really fast. But I'm going to put in the description, make sure that you get your pen and paper, take a couple of notes, because like it's going to be really important for you to think about how you are surrendering to the divine, how you are surrendering to the universe, how you are just like knowing that change is afoot, change is here. Some things have already changed. If things are not changing, then are you looking at the situation with like the right set of eyes? Like, are you really being open? Or are you getting caught up in your head too much? You're just like looking at the surface level. This is a time for you to really get deep. Okay? This is a time for you to really kind of like clear out the cobwebs of your mind, of the recesses of your soul, and just allow yourself to just like put a little sage in there. You know what I'm saying? Like cleanse it out because it needs it. It needs that attention. It needs that love. And if you can't do it by yourself, who can you enlist to assist? Ooh, come on, bars. Who can you enlist to assist with your necessities right now, or with whatever it is that you need that you're letting go of before you step into the new? There are going to be a bunch of messages about this type of shit. You probably already seen some. This is just a reminder. Like if you're getting this from me and you've already heard this before, you are already feeling this. This is just a reminder that you were already on track. And I'm just here to affirm that shit for you, because this is definitely affirmation for me, or just a great kind of like, I can hone in. So I hope this helps you hone in too. But I need to go because I'm already 2 minutes late for my next appointment. I love you. I hope that you have a beautiful full moon in Cancer. I'm definitely going to try to get something posted for the new year. I have something that I've been thinking about doing for you guys for like 2 or 3 weeks at this point. And I cannot wait to share. But please just send me your prayers, send me your like resting vibrations and stuff like that, because I could totally use them. And I will be so happy when this cold is over. I'm so sick of the cold. Not sick of the cold, but I'm sick of this cold, okay? Because I've been so snotty. And my eye, like, over it. But I'm still here. All Tisha Campbell. Okay, I'm rambling. I love you. Hallelujah. Holla back.